Ooh, it's Trigg, and it's that time of the week where we don't get a short, we don't get a full stream. We are flying solo. It's just me, Oos. Proto is having a family emergency. I'm letting him handle that. He said, Trigg, can you please, and I mean please, steer the ship while I am gone? And I said, okay. I'm going to fuck around and try. So this is completely brand new. No editing. Straight fuck ups and all. So you're going to see this raw. See this legit. Like I said, I was going to stream this. But we had other things happen. My Zor couldn't make it. So I'm just like, you know what? Solo dolo. We're trying something new. I'm going to try to cover everything quickly. Not try to hold on to too much. So let's just get this moving. You got the full cam. This is me taking it over, so let's do this from the fucking jump. All right, so let's go into the standings for this week, because I know we have, we got 2 wrestling pay-per-views this weekend. 2. Counter programming doesn't exist, but apparently it fucking does. It doesn't exist. Bullshit. All right, so let's get to the Saturday. So we have a bunch of them. I have put in my ones in for Wrestlepalooza, but I have not put mine in yet for All Out from AEW side, because we are not tribalists. We're not tribalistic here. We watch everything. So we have our picks for Wrestlepalooza. Obviously, we don't have picks for Zor. Proto did put all of his picks in, so good on him. I'm grateful. He did all of this, so credit to where credit is due. Proto put all the names in, put his picks in. So I'm going to cover them all. So we're going to start it from the Wrestlepalooza, and then we're going to make our way into All Out. So right now we're going to go with Wrestlepalooza La Primera versus Io Sky for the women's title. I forgot I was about to say Raw. Like I said, this is Raw. We're doing it. So yeah, obviously we know who I'm picking. No fucking ifs, ands, or buts. No ifs, ands, or fucking buts. It is going to be, let me move this screen over just a tad so we can get this corrected out properly. We are going to be going with Stephanie Becker, obviously. Come on now. We all know this. This is the easiest pick of my fucking life. And I'm not going to say no to that. The fuck? I'm picking her all day, every day. And obviously, we all know Proto is a big Io Sky fan, so he's going to be picking her. It's going to be the best head-to-head, one of the few head-to-heads we have for Wrestlepalooza, because realistically, we're back to normal points. So this is going to be the one that make or breaks for us in the event for Wrestlepalooza. And I think the next one we have is Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. So obviously, I don't know if everyone knows this, but we're probably going to be getting Cena winning out the rest of the fucking time. And just so I know that I messed up while I'm live. He has lights. His lights are supposed to be on. I fucking forgot to turn them on. But so Cena's probably winning out. We all are pretty much understanding like this is going to be easily. This is going to be like not a dog walk, because Lesnar dog walked him last time at SummerSlam, at Summerfest. So I feel like this is going to be the easiest pick for both of us, because we both chose John Cena. John Cena got the pick on that one. So that's the easiest pick of our lives. Easily. No ifs, ands, or buts. I feel like that's going to be straightforward. Where are we at next? We already did Becker. We have the Braun. The Bronze versus the Usos, which I'm perfectly fine with. This is going to be a great match. Granted, we both have the Usos winning because this is the first time they've tagged in a long fucking while. Obviously, there's going to be, I think I watched a video, someone talked about this, where I know the WWE 2K ratings don't mean shit in reality, but you can see the decline where they were both like together. The Usos were like neck and neck. And then at a certain point, Jay just started skyrocketing, and Big Jim kind of just started hitting the valley. But I mean, it makes sense. Main event Jay Uso. So it's time to get the Usos going and getting them back with the dub. We both have them. We have Yeet and Yeet. Obviously, that's going to be a big one. Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the undisputed WWE Championship. I hate to say it, this is where we both agree again with Dust Star winning. Both of us have him. I mean, it's going to be a good game. Good fucking match. See, this is what happens when you get Raw. You get the whole fucking straight up. No editing. Fucking around, find out. But like I said, this is easily going to be one of those matches where we all know who's probably winning. But this is going to be an entertaining match nonetheless, because I do think the story going into this is fantastic. So I'm here for it. We're here. We're ready for it. Let me find one we haven't done yet. The big one. The Rollins versus the Punks. This is one where we split. Granted, it's the wrong. Here, let me fix this. Let me fix this correctly. He's gonna hate that I fixed this, but it's gonna make sense in the long run. There we go. Let me make sure I get this corrected. There we go. I see the Hogans winning this one. Obviously, it's Becky Hogan and fucking Seth Rollins. I see them winning this. I feel like this is just another one of those matches where it's going to be entertaining. AJ Lee's first match back in almost a decade, give or take, around that ballpark. I don't know the exact things. Again, this was very last minute, fuck around, find out kind of thing. But I'm all for it, 100%. This is going to be a great match. This is one where I kind of had to counter pick them a little bit. Do not hate if the Punks win this. Not at all. I'm all for it. But this is one where I kind of have to like counter pick a little bit. The involuntary counter picking is real. All right. That's all I got to say on that point. So I think I've covered all of Wrestlepalooza. This is a small-ish pay-per-view, but the only big factor of this all is that it's going to be on ESPN's new app, which obviously they signed the big deal for ESPN. It doesn't really affect me. VPNs for the win. We should really get a fucking VPN sponsorship. I know we got to work on that, but we also got to get some shit more important for that. But the biggest thing about it is that this is going to be on the ESPN app. VPN out, watch it on Netflix like any normal person should, because this is ridiculous. I'm not paying fucking $30 fucking dollars just for all. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. No, that's ridiculous. Fuck that shit. Whoop whoop. Alright, now let's get to the AEW side of this. Let me close this part of the browser out. We're going to go here, and we do have a lot of matches here. We got a lot to fucking talk about, so let's go into them. So obviously we have Team Canada versus FTR. Sledge, I like to call them. Oh, well, no, it's Sledge and Christian Cage versus FTR. We both have this as Team Canada. He has Edge and Christian winning. I have Team Canada. That's kind of like the big one. Obviously, this is going to be one hell of a match, but I do think Edge and Christian just barely nudge it out, because I do think this is what they need for the win. Because eventually they'll win here. I think this gets them to the title, I think. Either this match or maybe next pay-per-view, I think, gets them into the title hunt. I think that puts them into the straight contendership or puts them into the number one contendership match for it. So I'm all for it. The next one is, I believe we have it here, MJF versus Mark Briscoe. I don't think this is... tables and tax match. Realistically, I know Proto picked Briscoe, but I think MJF is going over. This isn't straight counter picking. This is straight up. I'm just going with the gut feeling here. MJF definitely wins this fucking match. Although it is a stipulation that Briscoe could probably benefits with, but I think in the grand scheme of it all, MJF still gets the win. Then we go into Daniel Garcia, heel Daniel Garcia versus Shibata. This is one where I actually kind of want Daniel Garcia to win, but I'm going to keep the counter picking alive for a little bit longer. We're going to go with Shibata. I like Shibata. I like both. But again, this is another one where if the one goes over, I don't really care. I'll be happy with either one, to be very fucking honest with you. The next one we're going to go into, I believe it is on here. Where are you? And don't see it on the fucking thing. This is great. I love how we don't get a fucking... I don't see it on here. That's fucking great, dude. I love it. I love it. Alright, so we're just going to go back to the fucking main thing. This is what happens. This is live. This is unedited. There you go. Ops versus the Workhorsemen. Obviously, you got to go with the Ops. The Ops are fucking winning this one. This is a really easiest one. Easy agreeance here. I'm going to agree with him. I think the Ops win here. Workhorsemen's good, but we're going to go with the Ops. Never count against fucking the Ops. The Hurt Syndicate versus Ricochet and the Gates of Agony. Honestly, that kind of fucking... I will say this. When that happened during the match where they got the Hurt Syndicate away, I think this sets up Ricochet and Gates of Agony. I hate to say it. I'm picking them to win. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to fucking do it. I like... This is the problem with counter picking, guys. I have to fucking hold on. Let me fucking go right here. This is the problem with counter picking, to where I like both. Let that be known. I like both, but I have to go out here. I have to fucking counter pick a little bit. I need to get some points. Although I'm ahead, the only way to stay ahead is to keep counter picking. Now, but obviously we're gonna be doing our best to try to do this, but where counterpicking isn't going to matter is where we're going to go here for Mercedes Moné versus Riho. Again, we're going back to both, but I do think if Mercedes Moné loses to Riho, I'm not against it, but I'm still picking Sasha to win this match easily to win the fucking match. I think Riho comes back. Again, not against if she drops the title here, because this is a good comeback for Riho. But it's the CEO, baby. CEO fucking does it. Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley. I believe this is a coffin match. I was about to say casket. This is a coffin match. What I will say, though, I don't think Darby Allin is really good in this stipulation. I know this is supposed to be his match, but the problem with it is I don't think he fucking wins this. I don't know what I just closed, but I don't think he wins. I don't think he wins this. I don't think so. I think we still have the Death Riders involved. I think this is one of the big, not so much of a counter pick as it should be. It's not truly a full-on counter pick. I'm not going to let that be known. It's not a full-on counter pick. This is one that I honestly think, even if it wasn't a casket match, or if it was a straight-up normal match, I would go Darby. But since this is a coffin match and this is going to be no disqualifications, I'm going to have to throw the Death Riders are going to somehow get involved. This is going to be one of those where you're like, oh, well, shit, Darby's going in the fucking coffin. We're calling it a fucking day. That's that. That's fucking that. Going into the next one, we have Timeless Toni Storm versus Jamie Hayter versus Chris Statlander versus Tekla. I think that's correct how you pronounce it. I could be wrong. I like Tekla, though. For the AEW Women's Championship, I think it was for the TBS title for the Mercedes Moné match. I didn't put that in there. If I did say that, then there it is. If I didn't, there you go. But this is for the Women's Championship. Proto has Jamie Hayter winning. I kind of agree with him here. I think this is the time and the place to give Jamie Hayter the fucking dub. She had the title before. I think Toni Storm's ran her course. And if you're not going to drop it to Mercedes Moné, I think it's Hayter time. Time to drink your Haterade, buddy. Time to keep it going. Hangman Page and Kyle Fletcher. I believe this is only for the AEW Championship. Yeah, this is only for the AEW World Championship. Not for both. No bofas here. Just the one-ofs. So with that, I do also agree here. This is where we're again, we're going to get that agreeing sometimes. I do like Kyle Fletcher. This is, again, I'm going to keep harping this every fucking time. This is what happens when it's live and I'm not editing this and I'm just putting it straight out there. I like Fletcher. I like a lot of the people. It doesn't matter. Either way, I'm happy with. But I do think this is the right choice is to keep the belt on Hangman. I don't see him losing the title anytime soon. Or if he does lose it, you need a more credible threat than fucking Kyle Fletcher, who just has the TNT title. It's not the time yet. Okada versus Takeshita versus Mascara Dorado. Do we have a thing for it? Yeah, we do. I hate that. This is where the agreement comes into fucking play, man. I fucking I love that we don't get the fucking agreements. That we just get this time where Takeshita is, in my opinion, is one of my favorite people on the AEW roster. So yeah, I'm gonna fucking pick him easily to the fucking to the moon. Takeshita is one, to me, I loved him since he came in. I was like, holy shit, that match with him and Kenny Omega proved that he is fucking phenomenal. And now that we're going to probably, is this for the Continental title, correct? Just Unified Championship. Okay, but anyways, it's for the other mid title, and I think it's fair to give it to him. Okada hasn't done shit with it, and I think Dorado's there to take the fucking pin. I don't think we put it in there for who's taking the pin, but if me and Proto honestly talked about this, I think we'd agree that fucking Dorado's just there to take the pin. Or Dorado's just there to take the fucking pin. Easiest day of my fucking life. Big Bill versus Eddie Kingston. I think this is where our road of agreeance is over. Give me Big Bill. And he's 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that. I think I spelled Swaft. Swaft. We're keeping it. Swaft. I can't spell either. S-A-W-F-T, soft, so it's Swaft. It's Swaft. We're keeping it. Swaft. Brodito versus the Young Bucks versus Jet Speed versus the Don Callis family. Let me see which one we definitely have. Okay, so I'm not gonna fucking lie to you here. I think we're back on the agreements train, because I think Bochdito won the title on accident. I think it might have was supposed to be FTR, because there's no fucking way you don't have this. Because again, All Out is in Toronto. I don't think I mentioned that. We're in Toronto for this, so this probably would have been the perfect Edge and Christian versus FTR for the title. But apparently Bochdito said, fuck that, give me the title. We're fucking ruining it. We're ruining your plan, Tony. So I do think the Young Bucks win this. We're back to the agreements. But again, because that's the only person I genuinely see winning these fucking titles in this group of fucking title match. I don't see fucking Jet Speed winning this. I don't see the Don Callis family, unless you gave me some better options for the Don Callis family. Maybe we'd have a different conversation for it. But no, I don't see them fucking winning this. This is the only legitimate pick I could see doing it. And we're back to the agreements board again. So, like I said, next week, hopefully, we should be back to normal. I don't think we have any problems with this. I think we should be good. Barring anything, we should be fine. But I think that's everything back to normal. Let me go over this. Let me go over the picks for both sides of the board. So for Io Sky versus Stephanie Vecker, Proto has Io. I have Stephanie Vecker, obviously. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. I don't know why the fuck it spells Lesnar. I don't know. Fuck it. It's Lesnar now. We both picked John Cena. The Usos versus the Braun Bros. We both chose the Usos. Dustar versus Drew McIntyre for the Unified Championship. We both chose Cody. Punks versus the Hogans. We are split on that one. And then going down the extremely long card of AEW All Out, we have Team Canada versus FTR. Edge and Christian and Team Canada are the same thing. Me and Proto are in agreement. MJF versus Briscoe. We are split. I'm picking MJF. Proto has Jay Briscoe. Daniel Garcia versus Shibata. We are both split on that. Proto has Daniel Garcia. I have Shibata. We're both in agreement on the Ops versus the Works Horsemen. We both chose the Ops. We are split on the Hurt Syndicate versus the Gates of Agony, because Proto is picking We Heart People, and I'm picking the Gates of Agony just for counter-picking reasons. Mercedes Moné versus Rio for the TBS Women's Championship. We are split again. Proto has Rio. I have Sasha Banks. Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley in a coffin match. I have Moxley. Proto has Darby. Timeless Toni Storm puts up the women's title, AEW Women's Championship versus Jamie Hayter, Chris Stantler, and Tekla. We both are in agreement for Jamie Hayter to win it. Hangman Page versus Kyle Fletcher for the AEW World Championship. No double championship. We both have Hangman winning this. Kazuchika Okada versus Kinosuke Takeshita versus Mascara Dorada. Whatever. He's taking the pin. Takeshita's winning this. We both are in agreement for that one. Big Bill versus Eddie Kingston. Proto has Eddie Kingston. I have Swaft. I fucking typed Swaft. And then for the tag team titles, it's Brodito versus the Young Bucks versus Jet Speed versus the Don Callis family. We are both in agreement that the Young Bucks are going to be taking the titles back, and they will be probably facing Edge and Christian at the next AEW pay-per-view, whenever that may be. Do we have that on our overview? All Out, technically, we have. It should be Wrestle Dream, which would probably be in a month or so, give or take. Yeah, so about a month. Could happen to Wrestle Dream. Could happen. Not against it. So those are our picks. I'm setting them in stone. We do not have Zor's pick, but we will. If I can get a hold of him, I'll probably input his picks, and then we'll go from there, and then we'll see what we can do. I'll input him later. It's not that big of a deal. We'll get his picks in there, and hopefully he doesn't fall too far behind. So that wraps up our wrestling portion of the video. And the big announcement from this is we also have Extra Life coming back to Magic for another secret layer. But this time, let me pull this up real quick. We are going to be doing Extra Life with, make me a little bit smaller, with Play-Doh. I don't know if you can see the Play-Doh logo right here, but we have the Play-Doh logo. We are getting 4 cards that we know of for Extra Life. If you don't know what Extra Life is, if you're new to Magic or you don't know what the Extra Life program is and what it normally does, it's basically, I believe, a percentage of the sale for these cards will go to Children's Miracle Hospital Network. Extra Life does a lot of good things with Children's Hospital, so I think half of this, or a percentage of it, I don't know if they do a percentage of it, or what if they announce what the percentage is, it goes to the Children's Hospitals. I don't think we can zoom in more on this. Let me get my face away from the card so we can see what we're doing, what we're working with here. All right, let me see what we got. Let me line this up. Perfect. There we go. Bada boom. So we have Green Sleeves, Morrow Sorcerer. These are all like kind of Play-Doh design. Obviously, it's fucking Play-Doh, but I think this is actual pictures. I think this is like pictures in artists or sculptors. Is that the correct thing? Sculpting. Green Sleeves, Morrow Sorcerer for 3 and 2 green. It's a legendary creature, elemental, protection from planeswalkers and from wizards. Green Sleeves powers and toughness equal to each number of lands you control, and landfall whenever a land you control enters, create a 3/3 Badger creature token. I don't think this card has its own individual. I could be wrong. I don't know if these are brand new cards or not. I know a Candy Manufacturer and Worm Coil Engine are not, but we'll find out. So Polyraptor is the other card here for 6 and 2 green. Goddamn. Is a creature dinosaur. Enrage. Whenever this creature is dealt damage, create a token copy of this creature. Never mind, it's fully worth the fucking 8 mana it costs to fucking play it. I like the sculpting, the Play-Doh look. They were probably, like I said, they're all probably made out of Play-Doh, but this is fucking awesome. I like the way they look. Academy Manufacturer. If you would, for 3 colorless, 3 generic, it goes in every fucking deck it can go into. If you would create a clue, food, or a treasure token, instead create one of each. This is a great card. I run this in Prosper. This is one of those go-to cards. If you're making foods, clue, treasure, whatever, you need it. Doesn't matter. It's universal. You're good to go. Worm Coil Engine for 6 generic mana. Artifact creature. Phyrexian Worm. Death Touch and Lifelink. Whenever this creature dies, create a 3/3 colorless Phyrexian Worm artifact creature token with Death Touch and a 3/3 Phyrexian Worm artifact creature with Lifelink. So basically when it dies, you split it into 2. So these will be available from September 9th or 29th to November 9th. So this will probably be dropping in about a week or so. I think these are print to demand. And they will be available at Atlanta for MagicCon Atlanta. If you are there, I don't know your plans. I don't know what you're doing. Non-foil will be $39. Rainbow foil will be $50. And these will be coming to fucking Magic Arena, which I know they did that last time. They did a bunch of, when they did the My Little Pony stuff, they put the sleeves in there. They didn't put the actual cards in, but this is just as good, if not better. You can get these, and I think the sleeves are, yep, that's the sleeves from we'll be getting on. T-shirts, playmats. I don't know when these will be available. You can pre-order them. Obviously, we're going to be, okay, so September 29th is when they'll be on the... I like the t-shirt. I wear my t-shirt from 23, and I still use the playmat from 23, so I'm probably going to be getting the new ones. This is... If there's any time to support a secret layer drop, this is one of them, just because it helps the children's hospitals. They're doing a good chunk of... the money will be going to a good cause, so this is one of those where you kind of... If you have the funds, do it. This is one of those where you will not regret putting the money towards it, going towards children's hospitals. And I think the big collaborate on the 8th or whatever, they're going to do a live stream where they'll donate some of the money or most of the money for it. But that is that. I think I've wrapped everything up. Just shy of a half an hour. No real major fuck-ups. Couple here and there. Swaft. I think Swaft is the biggest fuck-up. I will own that. I will definitely fucking own it. But like I said, straight raw, no fucking editing. I'm not going to put anything. This is just straight up as is. Nothing else crazy. But yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this change of pace. I don't know if we're going to be doing this again, but if we do, well, hopefully I'll be better for next time. But until then, drain your buckets. Do what you got to do. Lemon Pledge is not free. I'll do it for both of us, although I get in trouble for doing both. I'm by myself. Fuck it. It's just me, Oos. Alright, you ready? Yeet. Yeah.